Hey guys, welcome to the new movie. Today we're doing Anaconda. Now we're obviously doing the remake with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. We're not doing the original one. Yeah, gotta make it clear. Even though you saw from the title or the leaked title, I'll probably put the new one. Obviously, if I'm doing like if it's a remake of an old movie, I might put like this plus this, like so you know what I'm talking about, like the 2019 version of so you know if it just had the same name, so you know what I'm talking about. For certain movies, I'll do it. It's a post one, like a series or something. But yeah, this movie is about Jack Black and his friend Paul Rudd, and they have a love for movies, and they show in this movie. Being in this movie about this old movie they made when they were kids and how and it was really cool. And then another friends made this movie and they were like, hey, I want to make a remake of Anaconda. So they're like, Jack Black is like, Paul is like, I want to remake Anaconda. And they're like, what? And they get Jack Black involved, his friend. They're like, we love this movie when we were kids. We're gonna make a remake of it. So that's the plan. They go make a remake of this movie. And then they go and get the other two friends. They read all this stuff. I'm like, we got the rights to it. Let's go. And then we find out. Then we go to actually the place. They meet this guy who has a snake. And then they're like, okay, we got a snake. We send this up from the movie to start getting some stuff done. And eventually Paul Rudd is doing a scene with the snake and he accidentally killed it. So they have to go and get another snake. And he feels really bad for it. That I killed your snake and all this stuff. And this is definitely a movie with an action comedy where like it's action in it. Technically, you could say there's horror elements in it because there is. Find out later there is a giant snake in the movie, so it could be considered horror, could be considered action, could be considered comedy. It falls into a lot of genres, but they eventually have to go and look for the snake, and then the one guy, the snake trainer, he gets attacked or something, he gets gone. And these other people who are coming after him, I don't forget why there's these other people who are coming after him because they meet this girl who then, there's this girl who they meet who helps them a little bit or does stuff, but we find out she has ulterior motive and these people are coming after her, so they have to stop and fight her and everything, and they fight them and fight these other guys and all those things. And the four main group, the three main guys and the girl who are the main people who came to film this movie, they all have to film this movie and do this, and then you find out later that I think it was Paul Rudd's character does not have the rights to Anaconda. Do not have the rights to film this movie. They find that out because also somebody else is there filming the movie Anaconda. There's another group of people filming the movie, and it's Anaconda. They're actually filming Anaconda. Then we find out that that entire group of people are from the giant snake attack or stuff, and it's like, oh, they're filming there too. And then we find out the entire set dies, and they figure out who's there, and then we figure out in that movie, and later on in the movie, when I find a big snake at the end, because we find out there's actually a giant snake. I was like, oh shit, and they have to actually fight and stuff, and then they find out Ice-T makes an appearance at the end. Not Ice-T, Ice Cube or Ice-T, whatever his name is, Ice-T or Ice Cube from the original Anaconda makes an appearance in this. Like, I gotta go find J-Lo, who was in the original as well. So I'm like, okay, he does make an appearance later in the movie, but yeah, it's fun. And he's there, and they basically beat the giant snake and do this stuff, and they're like, get a saying. And they're like, hey, don't post this this picture of us. And we take a picture and they're like, yeah, don't post it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, don't post it. I'm like, and then the one guy does post it. But the one guy is like, who's on the group is like, definitely does drugs or drinks too much or does something. And he has problems and they're like, he's fucking up stuff. And they're like, we don't kind of trust you. But yeah, it's like a friend, but like, you gotta keep doing this, man. But in the end of the movie, they eventually kill the giant snake. They go home. They put together the movie. Obviously, then they do it for a film festival or something. And then obviously, Sony comes in and is like, no, we own the right to Anaconda. You are kind of fucked. And J-Lo, I think, is the one who answers the door, comes to the door. And somebody comes to the door, I'm pretty sure J-Lo is like, hey, we saw your movie. Sony's like, that's a no-no, and you can't do that, but we want you to come to the next Anaconda movie. And they're like, he's like, yeah. And I think he says yes to something, but yeah, to actually see the next after Anaconda movie. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why don't they just get them to like, hey, that movie did good, why don't we just do that movie? Even though they could have called it something else instead of Anaconda, but they did it, and obviously got repercussions, and they got legal troubles, but at the end, they all turned out fine. It's like, it's fun. I enjoyed this movie. Jack Black is fun. You cannot admit Jack Black is always fun to watch on screen. As Bowser, as anybody, he's just a fun actor. You know when he's in a movie, like he's a fun time for the most part. Same with Paul Rudd. So you get two actors who are really funny comedic actors who are very good with doing comedic stuff. They can do serious stuff as well, but they're really good at comedic stuff and they can play off each other really well on the other cast. This is great. It's a fun movie. I liked it. What you guys think of Anaconda? Let me know. Let's get on to rating this movie. This one's the one that was fun. And then that fun vibe, I enjoyed it more than some of the others. I'm giving it an 8. Another one solid 8. I'm being a lot of 8s. I feel like I hate when I give too many of the same ratings, but I just like a lot of the movies that are coming out and I think they're fun. So it's great. What you guys think of Anaconda? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay up. I can see you in the next movie. You guys, bye.